Well, everybody, good morning, because it's early Monday morning, not even quite 7 here in the good old Midwest. This will be a shorter update. Yes, over Saturday and Sunday, I made some videos on what work I was doing and edited it all, had an intro. Now that I got a nice place to make an intro. And when I was moving it over to my library to post, said I was out of room, which wasn't a big deal. I had some videos to clear out. I accidentally deleted the video that I made to post. So, and then I already cleared out my photo library deleted video, so it was gone out of there too. So next time I'll wait to do that. So I'll make this a little bit shorter update. First things first, I was having an issue here with the main. You can see it has changed. This part here would come out more towards here and then curve almost parallel with the main over there and then curve back this way. Over here in this corner, I was having a problem with it was just coming apart a little bit because it just wasn't quite, the curve wasn't quite right for the pieces to lock together. So it was like right in here, it would come apart. And so it was coming apart enough to where the SD locos would derail, or the 6-axle locos would derail a little bit. And then also with the Jeeps, I'd lose some signal when it crossed over there. So since I was working on the yard and working on everything, what I did was came down here, took the longer piece that was here out, put a shorter piece, put a shorter radius curve, then ran it here, and then put the really short radius curve here to curve it back in, and it didn't really change it much. You can see the little X where I had the feeder marked for the blue wire. It was right about here, so it really didn't change it that much, and since I was working on the yard, that's fine. The first initial curve I did was here, and that was too short because I didn't have room to put the elevator and all the other buildings in there like I had it before, which is the way I want it. So I put my feed mill here and my town basically here. So that's how I did it. This turns out nice. No derailments, no nothing. The only thing I'm a little bit worried about is I should shorten my engine area, where I'm going to have my engine facility here going into it, and the angle of it a little bit. I have a little more room. It's pretty close. It was back a little bit more. The only thing I'm kind of worried about is maybe have to cut this off here a little bit with a Dremel. Just cut it even here, maybe right about here, to give a little room for a facility to sit, so when like bigger eventually container or trailer cars come around here, they'll have room to clear. So that's my only issue with that. And I'll come through here. Of course, I'm going to eventually find some nicer looking signal bridges. A working one would be great, but in scale they're expensive and hard to find. So it brings me to the yard. Yard is in. The track down here, you can see, kind of comes back this way. It's very tight, but once I glue it down and kind of move it in place, it's straight. It'll be fine. I haven't had any derailments. I ran the locos on all of it. Ran the locos through here. Just still, I have these on for non-power routing, which thanks to Vinny for pointing out the Eagle Creek yard video. And I switched them all to non-power routing, turned the frogs on. And the only problem I have is when I throw this one, and this one is closed instead of being open like that, it will cut the power off here. So if I have that open, have the power coming here, and I have this back one open down here, down here, that works. So that's just a little issue. Switching keeps you on your toes, I guess, so I'm not going to really complain. And I still have that issue with these 6s. When I switch them open, I've got power to that. When I close it, I don't. So I'm not sure how to fix that in these number 6s. Because I like, my DC C engine with sound to sit there and idle, or this, you know, all the other ones that have their lights on. So that's where I'm at with that. I'll figure that out. That's really probably a simple little fix. As long as the track's in, it's operating, no derailments, no issues, that could be fixed. I'm not too worried about that. So I fiddled around. I put these connectors on to put into the barrier strips. I'm not sure, they're just not sticking to this well, even though I soldered and I did a good job. It's just not sticking to that. So I don't know if it's a type of material or my solder's soft or what. You can see it's not really sticking there. So no big deal. It's something I was going to try. It only cost me $1. I'll cut it off and it'll go on the barrier strip okay. Switching to my 16 gauge wire, try it out. It works great on the barrier strip too. So I just have to get some more of those. And once I do, I'm going to get a couple more feeders. I have my feeders in place where I need them. I need another one way back there along the back wall. I'm probably going to need a couple more here in the yard. And that'll be fine. I need to figure out where the structures go here in the industrial area and how I'm going to do that. That's my next step. Actually, my thing I might do is, if you see, I'm working on, I have my risers out. That's not a big deal. It kind of broke in storage. But since I'm putting them down, I'll glue it down and pin it. That'll work. I'm going to get it up at least an inch. That should take it up an inch. Back here, just to elevate it a little bit along here, and then into what'll be a tunnel coming through here and coming out. Probably the tunnel will come out right about here. I'll leave some room. Have a little bit of a river bank scene here, and the river coming through here. The town, of course, moves over here, and I'll put in a road system. So once I get that in, this area here, I'm going to pick up another set of feeders for back here, I think, in the hobby shop. When I go pick up my locos, he's got them. I don't like the price, but I need one, so I'm going to have to pay $5 for it. So I'll put that in. Then I'm going to start gluing this down, because this is exactly where I want it. I don't have any operational problems with this track. Works great. This is good. I probably will glue it down to right here to this turnout. And probably, I don't know about the engineer. I don't think I'm having any issues. I like where the track is. So we'll figure this power thing out. Or at least maybe I'll glue it down to here. Maybe. That wouldn't be so bad. And like I said, start gluing it down there all the way around. That'll work. And I'm happy with that. That'll be in place. And then once that's glued, get some of the ballast and maybe do some scenery over in here, because this will be pretty quick, easy scenery for me to do. Other than the mountain and the waterfall will take some time for me to do. So that's kind of where I'm at. Cannot think of anything else. Really quick, NS Modeler 24 asked me how I do my smoke. Easy, since I have to have a lot of medicine. Having a transplant and being on dialysis before, I had a lot of medicines, and some of my home delivery medicines would come with the pill cotton that they kind of put in pill bottles. You can get it in Tylenol too. That's a very soft cotton, easy to work with, has a different type of texture than just like your cotton you use for stuffing. So I used it, and I kind of put it in in the smokestack and kind of just formed it the way I wanted it to look. I think that fits the scale, fits everything perfect. You can even kind of feather it out to make it really look good. And I did that also, come down here, I did that also on my stick and tire factory. So that one looks very good. It just looks like it's kind of drifting. I might have to cut this little bit off here. I never did that, but that's not a big deal. To trim that up, it turns pretty easy. So that's how I make my smoke. I hope I save some of that. If not, I'll get some out of Tylenol again, because that that really works great for smoke. And I know I'm going to have some more with the industrial area back here for sure. I want to do a little bit more of that. My background buildings are in too. They look good up against this backdrop. So maybe paint me some clouds. This building here I'm going to use as a background flat, turn it into background flat. I'm not sure which sides I'm going to use. If I use this side, I'm going to cut off this and figure out how to make it look like an old factory. And then this one I'll also reuse because this is named after a friend of mine's business that was here in Bloomington that sold Delco parts for many years. It was a family-run business. So we'll keep this, and I may just kind of cut this right here down this seam a little bit. Maybe put some fake plywood over this window. I had an interior to it. Or move this, actually maybe move this door over. I could do that. And maybe, yeah, right there, if I could get away with that and keep those old ads. The way those are Mod Podged on there and weathered look really nice. Let me get it in the center of the frame. And do that. And this will just fit. Or actually, I may not even have to do that if the main stays right there. Look at there. Wow, sorry, excuse me. Wow, looks pretty great. So that's where I'm at. I'm just going to leave it there then. Hey, there we go. Another background building. Good. So that's where I'm at, guys. Stay tuned. Hope to see you guys on the Wednesday night chat. I know I commented on a lot of your guys' videos last night. I need to go back and look at the Hangout video Sparky did, the Google Hangout. That looks pretty cool from what I've seen. So may go back and watch that sometime tonight or today. And that's kind of where I'm at, putting these risers in, getting ready to do this track down here and actually get it down for wiring, run the feeders down. And then that should be in my next update. And of course now I can run trains and I can actually do some switching operations with no issues. So fun. And get going on my industrial area and hopefully have some upcoming videos on down here on all these structures I need to do. So with that, guys, take care. I'll see you guys this week. Thanks for watching. Hit subscribe, hit the like button, comment. Also, I'm coming close to 100 subscribers. So I will have a 100, once I get over 100, I plan to have a 100 subscriber giveaway. And I'll have a special video on that and explain the details of that once I get over the 100 mark. Probably, hopefully the next week to 2 weeks, I hope. So I hope to do that. And that's all I got for now, folks. So thanks, and we'll catch you this week.